Hi, welcome to City Country 6 Podcast. This is where you get to hear inside conversations between city and country about life, kids, womanhood, culture, black southern things. Eavesdrop in on our phone conversations to laugh, cry, amen, disagree, and agree with your bi-weekly dose of what did I just listen to? Let's listen in on this week's most recent phone call of differences.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
I'm sorry. Hey. I didn't turn the mic on.
Oh gosh, how are you?
I'm good despite the fact of that. I'm great. I don't know why. I thought, well, Mom, it always shines blue regardless if it's on or off. So I thought it was on.
Gotcha. Just making sure you're all
Why she saying
right.
hello? I'm like, I'm right here. Then I'm like, oh shoot, I turned it off after the last thing. So
Hey, that's life.
it is. It's life. That's what happens. Here
Yep.
we are. And I'm sitting here shopping. Anyways, let me get off of here so I can.
You're shopping. Wow.
Yeah, no, I love shopping. I love shopping. That is my favorite thing to do, especially window shop or just like walk. Even though I don't like people, it's not like I don't like people, like despise people. I just because people can be so selfish or self-centered and not like in a bad way. You just can't help it because you're in your own mode. You're doing your own thing, and because of that, like rude. I find it rude. I'm saying, excuse me, you don't hear me, or you basically about run me over just because you act like you don't see me. So it's that kind of stuff. I'm like, I just don't like people. But I like to shop though. Like I would love to shop in a store where there's like no people.
Um,
So, but since I can't do that, only way I can do that is to shop online. There's no people. It's just me. So I get to do
okay,
that.
so when you say shop, because I just thought about when you said I like to window shop.
Mm-hmm.
Window shopping is just walking by a store and looking.
I mean, but
Oh,
you can only see what's in the window if they even have a window on top of that. I want to
right.
see
So are
what's
you
in the store, so I want to go in and actually window shop. Like I may not even buy anything. I'll walk in the store and not buy a doggone thing. But I just want to see
so
what you
what's the
got.
point of going?
I'm nosy.
Okay, so if you're online, what are you doing? You just kind of like browsing through the selections.
Yeah, same thing. Especially if it's
And
a
then,
small selection. Like I was in well of course I was like where everybody else would probably be Walmart. But I wasn't initially starting at Walmart. I was looking up dot grid journals for bullet
oh gosh,
journaling.
but you already have one.
I have, yes,
I'm
I
sure you
already
have a couple.
I not going to admit to anything.
Like the dots are not changing, it's just pages of dots. Like if it were a journal that had like focus prompts, so for example, like a spiritual journal where it's
I
going to kind of
hate those
guide you
things.
through spiritual questions and things like that, or a weight loss journal, and they have different prompts to help you work on that. That's different. Those things can change and they have nuances. But a dot journal is just bound pages of dot paper.
I
What's
hate
changing?
those
I mean, there's nothing
guided
different about them.
ones. What's
I
different is
love those.
I see. There we go. Put it on the list of things that are different. I hate when someone try to tell me how I should be thinking for that day. Like I did. I bought one that was for anxiety. And I ain't done that thing. It's still sitting somewhere. Cause I'm like,
Oh gosh.
it drives me crazy. Like, don't tell me what I need to be like. Cause then I feel like homework. Like I have to think this way. And I'm like, I don't want to. I should just skip through it and just be like, well, this is what I feel like doing. So this is what I'm going to do. But I hate those
Okay.
guided ones.
But why did you buy it if you hated it?
Because it was supposed to help me during a time that I was in to try to help me focus so I wouldn't be like ADHD or ADD where some people they can't focus on that one task,
Mm-hmm.
so you're just constantly focusing on like 3 or 4 tasks at a time. And so it was to help me get on track and stay focused on this one thing, and it really drove me more crazy than anything. It's like um someone bought me an adult coloring book, and it actually made my anxiety like
Mm-mm.
worse because I felt like I had to color in everything. And not like I had to
Oh
go like
my.
page by page. I could skip a page, that's fine. But the fact that I feel like I had to color every single like section, and that drove me crazy. So I have like adult coloring books that I have not done just because just the thought of doing those, it's like, no. I can doodle by myself and color by myself. Like if I have my own control, that's fine. But to have guidance, that's too much stress. That's too much pressure on me to have to get it done.
Oh my gosh.
It's
It's a
horrible.
coloring book. It's not trying to like
I don't
it's
know.
not trying to navigate world peace.
It is for me, and it's not navigating my peace well, so I don't want to
Oh
do it.
my gosh. I'm learning something new every time we talk.
Which is interesting because I can read a book from cover to cover and it doesn't bother me. But to sit down and color or do like a strategic journal or whatever, write down your stats or whatever, I can't do that. That's too much. That's too much pressure. But I can sit down every day and look at my planner and make my own plans, and it's literally almost identical to the same plan, same thing, like same structure. But I can't. I can do it myself. I can put the
Interesting.
pressure on myself, but I can't accept anybody else's pressure. I don't know. It's weird. It happens. But anyways, how did we get here?
Window shopping.
Oh, window. That's what it was. I like window shopping. You don't like shopping? Windows in the shopping?
Well, after hearing you describe your process of shopping, it helps me to define it better.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems as though you're looking around, but you're actually not purchasing anything.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. That's to me, that's a waste of time. Like I actually took the time to drive to a store or even sit there online and I just looked around for what. Like if I want to look for something, I know what I'm looking for. And if I'm looking for it, that means I need it. So then I'm not gonna go look at it and then walk away from it. Unless I'm like looking, like I can be shopping around for the same item in different places to find the cheapest price. I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
But the ultimate goal is to make a purchase.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
no.
not.
I'm that person that puts all the stuff in the Amazon cart and then empty the cart
What was
because
the
I don't
point?
because I don't have the money to see how much it was gonna be. I don't know why. Can I do that? I do that at just about every online store. I'll sit there and add everything in the cart, and then if I have coupons, I'll add all that and be like, well, if I had this money, I would buy this. I literally spend imaginary money every day just to shop, and I'm not spending any money at all. If I had this, I would buy this. I don't know why I do it. I just
Okay, how long does this process take? And I know this is totally off subject, but I just want to know.
I don't
Like, is this
know.
an hour?
I don't know.
Because I'm
I'm
thinking like, what could I have done with this 1 hour back in my life? I need
let's
a
see.
refund, a
You
time refund.
you're thinking more productive. This is something I'm doing in my spare time. Like this is
Okay,
relaxing
yeah,
for
I've never
me.
had that. Okay,
Okay,
well
wait a
that's
minute. Hold
good.
on. Whoa.
I don't. I mean, that's good though. I mean, if it relaxes you, then that's an investment in your
That's what
in
I'm
your life.
like. We just had this what are you doing that's relaxing? We had this conversation last week. Wait a minute. We supposed to be relaxing. Now you're like, oh, I don't have spare time to be doing
I don't
that.
have time to relax. I'll just figure it out later.
No, that's not
I'm
what we're
working on it.
doing.
I'm working on it, but that's a part of the conversation that we're here to talk about. So I'll wait.
Yeah,
But yeah, just throwing. But again, if that is a part of your self care,
it
then
is.
by all means, go spend millions of pretend dollars.
It is.
That would make me angry. Like the only time I think it's okay to spend pretend money is if you're doing like a stock market or investment simulation.
Oh, my God. See, that's just too.
So I would do that. Like, okay, if I were
Oh.
to invest this amount of money in these stocks or this mutual fund, I mean not mutual fund, in this index or whatever. Okay, this is what will happen over the course of a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. That projections, or even looking back to see had I put that money in this particular, that's fine. Or some people
Mm-hmm.
play the stock market, pretend stock market in real time,
Yeah.
just to kind of get their investment muscles up. That's okay, because you're developing a skill that eventually, when you start putting real money in, it's going to pay off.
Yeah.
But for me, pretend shopping, yeah, that would actually just make me mad. Not stress, it just piss me off. Like, I just spent this hour and I have nothing to show for it. Literally, I don't even have the stuff in the cart to show for it. I have an empty cart. And I use
Oh,
my coupons too, because some of those things, when you put that code in, you can't use it again. Now I just wasted a coupon. No,
who can't do? Wait a minute. I don't know nothing about
I
them
want to be
type of
reusing my
coupons.
coupons.
I don't know about them coupons that you can't reuse. Like you can't, because like, what if what you have is not what you really want, and you want to just see how much it is with the coupon? Like, I'm not gonna about to pull out
Oh,
a.
that's a good point. You didn't use it. Never
Yeah, so
mind.
you didn't use it.
You
Use it.
didn't
You
use it.
just yeah.
I
That's why I
can't.
was
You
like,
simulated the usage of
that's
it.
what I'm saying. You acted like you was gonna use, because like okay, excuse me. Shout out to Michaels because that's probably gonna be my store between that and Hobby Lobby. Anyway, my point was to say this. I was on there one day and I think I spent like 110 imaginary dollars. And I had like 2 coupons that I could use and it went down to like 30 some dollars. I said, look at there. I could just spend
Okay.
$30 right now and have
Yeah.
all this stuff in my cart. But the only reason I didn't buy it is because one, like 4 of the things on there I had not seen in person, so I didn't know how big they were. And I was like, is it worth me to actually spend this type of money on it? And like the other things were fine, but at the same time, I was just like, but I still have not been in the store and seen it in person. So that would depict, regardless if it's $100 or not, if it's not worth it to me, even if I go in there and I'm like, oh, I got all these coupons and I can get it. I'm not cluttering my home for that. I'm just not. So thankfully, I did not do that because when I went into the store, I realized that, like I said, 4 of the things were not what I thought they were. They weren't the size that I thought they were. So I was like, oh, bump that. I ain't doing that. So yeah,
That's what you just order it, and if you don't like it, you take it back
that
or
is
you send it
true.
back.
That is true. But then I only
Now
get
that I do all the time.
you are the return queen. See me,
Yes.
I'll hold on to it and then I forget about, oh shoot, now I gotta
Oh
sell
no,
these
that's a
on
waste of
sale.
money.
See,
Yeah, I ain't got it like that. So, like, for example, right now I have 3 boxes by my back door I need to take back tomorrow, FedEx, because I was looking for a dress at the
mm-hmm,
last minute. And so I ordered the dress in multiple sizes because I didn't
mm-hmm,
know what size I needed.
mm-hmm.
Try them all on, realize I don't like any of them. So they're all going back.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Like, it's
Okay.
easy peasy.
That drives me crazy. I can't see my thing. That's another thing is like I want to go in store and actually see the actual item that I'm going to like get. I don't want to sit there and have to buy 3 different things and then turn around and take one. I don't want to do that. That's too much work. That's too much work because then I have to turn back around and I have to take energy to go back to no, see, I'm gonna go to the store once. I'm gonna get what I need and then I'm leaving. I'm not going to order it and then have to turn back around and either find UPS to ship it back, FedEx to ship it back, or find a Amazon location to ship it back. No,
Oh, yeah, it's
I'm
just
not.
2 minutes from my house. So I just drop it off.
Just drop it off with you and you just take it.
Yeah, it's a UPS. I think it's UPS. Yeah, I just take it to the local CVS and just, you're in there anyway, grabbing something.
I looked that up actually the other day because I had something to take back and I actually had to physically take it to a UPS store. I could not take it to just any drop off location. I had to take it to a UPS store because
Yeah, it depends on the store and the product and all of that. It varies.
yeah, and I was just like, that's just too much work for me. I'm not doing all of that. So guess what? I try my best not to do returns. I want it to be what it is, what I said it was the first time. That's what I want it to be. So that's why I
That's what I said.
window
That's your
shop.
purpose. Okay. See, my purpose is more like I just want to know, does it fit me? I don't.
All three of them had to go back because
You're
none of them did.
philosophical. Like, I want to know what it is before I get it. And
Yes,
I'm
I
more
have.
like, give it to me and let me see what it is.
See, it's also say like I'm more imaginative of it because my other thing is it's like because I flip flop so much on what I do, what I don't do, what I'm interested in, what I'm not interested in. Because one minute I'd be interested in something, like okay, one minute I could be interested in, like I said, I could be interested in bullet journal, which I'm not just interested in it. No, like I've been doing this since 2020, um, or well before 2020, like whenever I could plan stuff, but. But my I guess my book that I have now is like November 2020 is when I started. Um, Even though I think I was yeah, it's August because I had the CEO out for virtual schooling, so I had to plan my day. And in order for me to plan my day, I needed to write it down and physically see it. And I've always been like that though, even for budgets and stuff like that. Like I have to write it down and physically see what it is. Like I can't just be in my head. And so if I actually like write it out or draw it out or in my head or whatever and play around with it and then I see, oh no, this ain't gonna work out. Then I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't waste, I wasted a little bit of time, but I didn't waste any energy into doing anything outside of just sitting here. I mean, come on, we have our phones. It's as simple as scrolling and tapping a few buttons and then you're done. Versus getting up, well, I guess for you, you order it, have it shipped. You don't have to literally get up. Outside of
Right.
just try it on. And then you have to turn around and be like, well, now I have to take it because the guy's not coming by my, which it doesn't make any sense. That part makes no sense.
Well, they actually do. They can. You can tell them just to come pick it up at your doorstep. You
I
can do
was about
that.
to, depending on the company and depending on what it is, like you said, because ain't there's only been one, and it has, well, I ain't gonna say one time, it was two times, but it was still the same item. But it was a heavy item and they had to come back and get it because
Yeah.
it was a item that was like heavy.
Trying to think. I've never not been able to do it. The only thing is if they're gonna do a pickup, then it's a charge.
Well then heck, I might as well just go drive 10 minutes up the road then. Shoot.
It
Or
depends
keep
on how
it.
much your time. Oh no, no. I mean, there are three dresses that I can't wear. Like
Or sell it.
they're
Whatever.
all too. Why am I selling it when I can just get my money back?
Well, you done spent money that to me is like
I
a
mean,
waste of time. You done
well,
spent
again,
shipping and
it's the
handling.
whole time. Well, first of all, the shipping was free, so I'm
And I
not.
spent
I,
money on 3 dresses. Duh.
okay, well then they can get it back. So again, it's about how much is your time worth. So, for example, some people would rather clean their houses. Other people say the amount of money I'm going to pay for somebody to clean my house, I would rather have that time to do something else with, whether it's to make more money or to spend time with my family. So you have to do a time cost analysis. So for you, going 10 minutes up the road or wherever you got to go to drop something out, depending on where your local drop off is, you would rather save the money and spend the time. But sometimes you would rather spend the money and save the time. Just
Look,
depends on the situation.
I was thinking about that trash repo episode. I said I'd rather save that
See,
$50 and drive up the
no,
road.
ma'am, you drove for 2 hours when all you had to do, I would have gladly paid $50 to stay at
Look,
home and
after
do
I did
something
all
else.
that, after I did all that driving,
You
I
would have
said, shoot, I'd rather pay.
there you go.
But the
Eh,
only thing was like I
Point proven.
said, it was the weekend and I needed that daggum trash can. I could not have a trash can. Even though, yes, I could have used my neighbor's trash can. But that was besides the point. I wasn't thinking about that. I was like, I need a trash can and I can't not have one. But anyway, besides which I mean technically I could have went to Walmart and got one of them big ones and just had it set
There
out
you go.
there
Hmm.
until I could have done that. But that was hindsight's 2020. Anyway.
It is.
And like
It
I
is.
said, in my country bumpkin self, thinking 20 minutes was 20 minutes and it was really 30 minutes. Because Google Maps was a lie. But anyway, anyway,
Moving right along. What is today's topic?
our topic is fall bucket list. What are we doing this fall? 5 things between us that we want to do or striving to do this fall before, I guess, fall would end like I guess Thanksgiving, right after Thanksgiving. as far as like the seasonal yeah, right after Thanksgiving, because then it'd be Christmas. And so then it'd be like Winter Wonderland, even though where we are, there's no Winter Wonderland for like 2 months after that.
Just never, never, never.
Or never. Or actually never. Um, so but anyways, I would say after Thanksgiving, maybe the first week of December. What would we like to do between now, or if you haven't already started doing between now and first week of December before we're forced to celebrate Santa Claus? And
Forced. Oh, it's a pleasure to celebrate Santa.
anyways, I'll let you go first. What is your 5 items? Or would you like to do one and then I do one?
Oh, that would be fun. Let's do that. Let's
Because
alternate. I like
let's
that.
alternate and let's talk jokes about each other. Let's do that.
Oh, no, no jokes. Okay, this is serious business. Okay, so my first thing, first of all, my bucket list for fall 2022 has a theme, and
Oh.
it's an investment in my health.
Ooh,
So
I
I
like
have
that.
two, well, I could go like really deep. I'm just gonna stick with two focus areas: mental health and physical health.
Ooh.
Because I was thinking, okay, we have literally 90 days left in this month. Well, a little fewer now, but anyway, 3
You
months.
mean in the
Right?
year?
What did I say in a month?
Mm-hmm.
I mean in the year. Yeah, we're in fiscal quarter one, but quarter four in the calendar year.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking for mental health. My first one is I want to volunteer somewhere
Okay.
because I
You
typically
are.
like to volunteer
You
at least
do.
once a year for my birthday. That's one way I like to celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one thing I want to do. And that does improve my psyche. I like to
Hmm.
give back to others.
Why do you pick it for your birthday though?
Because I feel like we are all on this planet taking up space, using air and water. Um, and that's kind of my way of just giving back to humanity. Like, you're here, you should leave this world, hopefully, at least in some way, better than you were born into it.
Mm,
And that's the way I like to celebrate. Like, I've been here an extra year. I'm grateful for that time, but I also need to use that time to help others in some way.
okay. I can see that. I mean, I guess it's the same as in some cultures, they not build, they plant a tree or whatever for that year of life. Or let's see, what was it? Something else. No, that I'm sorry, that was pulling teeth. That's a whole different thing. Never mind.
They pull a tooth every year. Wow.
No, it was
Oh, we don't have that many teeth. How many teeth do we like? 30? How many? 32? Are you dying at the age of 33? What is this?
I mean, if you following in Jesus' footsteps, that's your life
Are you
goal.
recreating your newborn goals after 32? Now I'm back, no teeth at all. I don't want to
I
be a part
was
of that culture.
no, it was I remember when CEO was losing teeth and we were looking up different cultures of what they did with teeth. And every time they lose one, they would either throw it on the roof or they plant it or
Oh
they,
gosh.
yeah, or they trade it for. I told her I would trade hers for a chicken, and since she was into Moana, I said I'd get her a hey hey,
Oh god.
and yeah, I traded her tooth for hey hey. So every tooth she
That was
gets,
the dumbest chicken ever.
it was. And then
That's a
they
waste of a
actually
tooth.
had one that like talked just like it wasn't like one of those ones you get from Walmart. It was like somewhere on eBay. So it was like one of those like special edition ones, and it and it hollered and screamed just like it did in the
Oh
movie.
gosh. That would really creep me out.
Oh my god, I was like I was gonna get it for her, but she was like, I don't want a hey hey. She,
I
she hated
remember
that
thinking if I
chicken.
could eat that, I wouldn't even want to eat that chicken. I might get dumb like the chicken.
Exactly. I don't know why that made me. Anyways, wrong topic. But I do know that there's
Oh,
some
sorry.
people who, or in death, that was another thing. When a person dies, you're planted with a seed, and so that the tree would grow from your ashes, or your, will feed off of your body, and that'll be the nutrition it gives. You're giving back to the world, basically giving the oxygen that you use back to the world so that someone else could use it. I remember reading that somewhere and I was like, well, that's dark and interesting. Cause then I'm like, well, what if the tree doesn't get far? Because it takes years. I'm sorry. I was saying that if the tree doesn't, because it takes years for a tree to get, big. And then I'm like, well, what does that say about that individual if that tree didn't grow up to be very big? So I'm sorry, that was dark. But anyways, my one was to go to Oktoberfest, of October Festival, where they have
Mm.
small businesses basically, and of course some big businesses. They set up tents and they try to get your business, by either selling or, you have food trucks everywhere, music, dancing, not hoedowns, thank goodness. Um, but yeah, and it's just a huge, oh, they have trucks, cars, like a car show. Um, no bobbing for apples, none of that other, COVID spreader stuff, but you know, get ices, get ice cream, small businesses as far as like I heard that one lady was trying to sell like pound cakes and stuff. I was like, ooh,
Mm.
that's interesting. Get your own homemade pound cake. It's just, and especially in this day and age, especially after COVID, when a lot of people took to their like small business or just said, you know what, I ain't got nothing else to do, can make money sitting at home.
Hmm.
You know,
There you go.
it's interesting to see, who would buy a booth and go out there. And I can't wait to go out there and see what they have this year. So that is one thing that I like to do almost every fall, is go to an October festival, whichever you want to call it, because there's different types in every place, like every city. Well, not every city, but cities that have festivals like that in the fall. It's all kinds of stuff. I mean, from insurance companies to realtors, you know, um, mom and pop shops. Trying to think. I'm trying to think of past ones. Let's see what else was there. I'm trying to think. I can't think. But anyways, you could just think. Oh, I know the police and the fire. They're there. I kind of wonder if they're there, like they buy a place because they need to be there, or they buy a spot because they're like, hey, we're here. We're trying to communicate with the community. I'm like, I think y'all are really there just because someone's going to do something stupid. I mean, y'all going to have
I'm
to be
sure
on
they're
call.
free. I don't think they pay for a spot.
Yeah, no, I was like, they don't pay for a spot. They have to be
Yeah,
there anyway. So it's like,
right. They're at
since you're
work.
here,
Work. Because
work.
nobody's there that's off duty. I'm
No,
almost certain of that.
yeah, definitely not. So, I think let's see, because of course, the pastor loves him a good fire truck, fire engine. So I know he wouldn't be able to wait to see that. Because I know he's not even so interesting. He's not even asked me about going, because he normally asks me like once a month, go see a fire truck. Go
Oh,
see a fire truck. I'm like, dude, like we can sit in a car line and see a fire truck. Just try to
no,
drive
he needs
by
to go
every day.
inspect it.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
He is the fire marshal.
He really is. And look, I try to tell him every time we see the fire chief's vehicle, since we are in a small town, it's like you see it every now and then. He's like, no, that's not fire chief. That's police car, because the fire chief has sirens and it has lights just like a police car. So that's got to be the police car. And I'm like, but it's not even the same color. It's red. That is the police
Doesn't
car.
matter.
It
Doesn't
isn't.
matter. It's a police car.
It's the police car. And I'm like, the police car is like white, black, blue, black, or striped or something like that. He's like, no, that's a police car because it has lights. Okay.
So you're
What?
trying to convince a toddler.
I didn't. I gave up. I don't fight with kids. I don't. That's too much
Like the
energy.
customer, the toddler's always right.
Yes. That's just it. Until I'm ready to fight you, and then you're not right. But
I'm telling
anyways,
you, toddlers are like talking to someone with dementia. Just go with it.
it is.
Okay, moving right along to the
Anyways,
next
number
thing
two.
on my list. Sticking with the mental thing
Hmm.
on my bucket list, mental health focus. I had this book, okay?
Hmm.
And I started reading this book before I even knew what pregnancy was, let alone even became pregnant and had a kid. And my kid is like 16 now. So that's how long it's been since I started this book. And I never finished it. And before I had my kiddo, like reading was the ultimate thing. Friday night,
Hmm.
all day Saturday, and a half day
Hmm.
Sunday. I would like literally knock out a book a weekend.
Yes, that's a good
I
weekend.
love right, and just multiple cups of hot tea. Keep them coming.
Oh,
So
okay.
I have not finished this book, and that's on my list to do
Oh,
by the end of
okay.
fall. I want to finish this book, and I've read other books since then.
Hmm.
But they're nonfiction, which I like nonfiction too. I love to learn, but
Hmm.
I equally love reading fiction books.
Right.
And so I would rather like read fiction than watch TV. I'm not a big TV watcher.
Okay.
So I want to finish this book,
Hmm. I'm with you. I'm with
and
you.
that will invest in my mental health. That'll be some really good self-care.
It would like I agree with you. I agree with you. That should have been on mine. I do have it as a goal, but it's not a bucket list. Mine is just to find one book that I cannot put down. That's a goal though. That's not a bucket list thing. Because I
Or
can
maybe that
find.
should be part A of mine is to find the book. I don't know where the book is.
Wow.
And part B of that particular bucket list item is to read it. If I gotta
Oh
find
my
it, then I'll read
gosh.
it.
Get past the prologue. That would be, but first we need to figure out which box it is in an attic. That would
I
be.
don't no, it's not that far away. It has to be on a shelf on one of it has to be on a shelf
It
somewhere.
has
So
to
it's
be.
not
You
like
still
it's
don't
not
know
packed
where it
in.
is, but it has
Well,
to.
I have a couple of bookshelves, and so it's on one of those, or yeah, it has to be in arm's reach. It can't. It's not. It hasn't been packed away. It's not in storage or anything like that. It's in my house somewhere.
Well,
Just gotta
storage is
find it.
somewhat in your house. So
No, when I say storage, I'm thinking like a storage.
unit.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
or your garage, or like packed away
That's
to
still your
not like
house.
not to access.
Oh, okay. All right, I
So
get you
it's
now.
like or your attic. That to me, that's storage. Like
That's
nobody
out
goes
of
in their attic,
unless you're looking for something.
which I don't. Like if we go in our attic, it's because we're putting something away. It doesn't come back
Oh my gosh. Wait a minute, because see, like my Christmas stuff is an attic, so I go up there to get that stuff out. Oh
out. Oh,
my gosh.
well, that's once a year though. It's not often.
No,
But
no, not
be that
that.
as it may, we don't even put our Christmas stuff in the attic. That goes
No.
to storage. But anyway, that's my goal.
Okay.
Find the book,
Interesting.
read the book.
Find the book and read it. Cool. Number two for me is a fall photo shoot. If it's
Wait
yeah.
a minute. Hold on. Before I get excited.
Well,
See, I've learned with you and I, we have to make sure that we have common definitions. So
I want to
similar to
actually pay
shopping.
some. No, I want to pay someone to do a fall photo shoot. I
Wow.
want a family fall photo shoot. At first, I
Snaps and
was
claps for
thinking,
you.
yeah. At first, I was like, oh, I'll just do one for the kids. And I was like, no, I want a fall family photo shoot. I do. I mean,
Well,
honestly,
look at there.
we have not had all the family photos that I've done have either been on my phone or on my own tripod with, the backyard as the background. I said, no, I want to go somewhere. And yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm so proud of you. So let me give the listeners a little background information. So Country Chick loves to make fun of me. From the day I met her, we would talk about photo shoots and such. And I have to have, she knows this, at least one professional photo shoot a year. And she used to make fun of me. Why can't you just take pictures on your phone? I'm like, I can do that. And I do that. But I believe in professional photos. Number one, again, I can outsource. I can make sure I'm using their facility, their backdrops, or if I'm going to go outside, I'm paying them for an hour of their time. I'm getting like different outfits and I'm getting all these cool backgrounds and they edit them and send them to me and it's perfect. I don't have to worry about it. It's
Yeah.
outsourcing. It's the ultimate outsourcing.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I'm not doing all that. I'm just going to take some pictures on my phone. So the fact that she's crossed over to the bright side, this is not the dark side. We're not going to step into the bad side on this. This is the good side. Snaps and claps. I'm proud of you. So have you already booked the photo session?
No, I have not. I've got to get with the person and see if one, they have an availability and if they can do it. And I need to pick a location because
Oh, it's an outdoor shoot.
yes, I am allergic to a lot of fall foliage.
You
So
might want an indoor shoot.
yeah, but the indoor shoot, even though it's a fall indoor shoot, I'm curious as to how that would work. So I gotta talk to the person and see what they think, what they suggest. Because like I said, I would love to have an outdoor, player. Not everyone wear plaid, but some type of plaid, and not
Now we
necessarily
have themes.
yeah, that's another thing.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
loving
do
this. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm
I
loving it.
normally don't do themed anything. It's more of, hey, if we're all at least wearing some shade of the same color, great. Or at least if we're all wearing jeans, that's good.
That's still technically a thing.
But I don't think I want like a sunset. One, I don't think the pastor would act appropriately. And two, like I said, most sunset fall photos are, in the woods or in a field. And like I said, I am allergic to most fall foliage. Like this is my worst time of year to do anything, to breathe, to walk outside. So
Okay, well, I want you to continue to do that.
so we're just gonna I don't know. That is one thing that I've always wanted, and I don't know why I've liked the fall. I guess it's just because the colors are different than spring, even though everything's dying and it's like, well, that's sad. All the leaves are dying and you're taking pictures with these leaves that are dying off of a tree and the tree is going into hibernation. Why would you do that? I'm like, I don't know. It's cute. And I want to take a picture with a red leaf.
Well, that's inspirational, though, if you think about it, because the tree is its most beautiful as it's dying. Just like we,
Yeah.
on the downward slope of life, can still live a beautiful life.
But you're not necessarily beautiful as you're aging, though. Just saying.
You are. You are beautiful as you age.
Depending on the person.
So people are ugly when okay. We're not gonna
Okay,
go
wait a minute. Let's
Moving
get
right
real
along.
here.
I'm trying to figure that out. I think
Let's get real. It's just like, babies being born. Them jokers don't come out looking cute. They come out, only a mother's love can love them jokers. They come out looking like squashed potatoes. Like their potato face, regardless if it's C-section or vaginal, they mad, they look ugly, they mean, they frowning, their faces all squished up, their heads cone shaped. They ain't, only a mother can love that. And a mother does love that. Like they connect with it. And I don't, it's like, but you was nasty. And you was like, and when you leave about the same way, wrinkled, mad, frowned
oh
up.
my
If
Lord.
you leave in the old age.
Well, I have to admit, I've never seen anybody die. And the only child I've ever seen is a newborn.
Is your own.
Yeah, I was gonna say my brother, but technically I was 3, so I don't remember what it looked like. So yeah, just mine, and my kid was, he was clean by the time I saw him. I didn't see him all dirty. So he looked fine to me.
I was like, I saw mine when they came up over the counter. I'm like, I mean, not over the counter. It went under a counter.
Did you pick your baby up from Walgreens? What?
Over the sheet. They showed him over.
I hope your kids don't listen to this episode like 15 years from now, Mom. I was over the counter, huh? I wasn't even behind the pharmacy counter. I was just over the counter. That was an Advil or Tylenol.
Your total is 23,000 plus tax. We'll bill you the rest later.
This is horrible. Anywho,
number 3.
Moving right along to number 3. My next fall goal, I work a lot. And so my goal is to just hang out, just have a regular hangout with some friends. And chill out. So I used to do that all the time before COVID. Like at least a couple of times a month. So I want to get back to my pre-COVID hangout days. But granted, before COVID, when I was hanging out, I didn't have kids either. So I had to find a good medium, happy medium of hangout time, but still be a responsible parent. But yeah, I
Okay.
miss doing that. Just hanging out with friends,
Okay. I'm
not having a
shocked.
curfew, just coming home whenever. I mean, that's what I typically, like I said, I normally do that, but
Mm-hmm.
COVID kind of snatched away 2 years of that.
Yeah, it did. It was a little
Well,
blankety
I'll take
blanket.
that back. Even after I had my kiddo, I would still go out and hang out with friends. So it was really COVID that messed that up.
It really was.
But
'Cause
I'm getting back into the swing of things. So let's add that back into the mix.
cool. That sounds like a plan. I'm there for it. I'm
Whoop,
there
whoop.
for
All right, what's your number three?
it. Fire pit and hot cocoa. S-
What?
Fire pit and hot cocoa with the kids. I normally try to once a year have the fire pit because like the way my patio's set up, it's not set up to host a fire pit, even though I have one. Um, I have to move the rug and make sure the seats are out of the way from the embers that fly up and stuff. It's I'm not for anything catching on fire. And of course, with kids on top of all that, you still got to stage it just right so that they don't fall in or and all that other mess. But I want to do a evening with them with the fire pit and hot cocoa or whatever their drink of choice is for that night, and s'mores, and almost like a campfire outside for a few hours with them. They like doing that. Excuse me. And I think it became like a Thanksgiving thing after we ate things. I'd start the fire and we'd all go out there and sit, let our food digest, and just, chill out by the fire pit. But this year I want to do it before then so that they actually have like, an evening with the stars and just the fire, and they could just sit around by the fire pit and roast marshmallows and drink their hot cocoa and tell the ghost stories that the CEO thinks she's scaring everybody with.
And you have to act like you're afraid.
Exactly. After like, ooh, there's this coming. So and I'm like, yeah, right. I gotta act strong because if not, that joker's gonna jump out of her pants because she's gonna think something behind the fire pit's gonna get her.
That's cute.
So yeah, they tend to like the fire pit, and I don't do it that often. I really don't. Like I may do it 2 times a year, and it sucks because I really enjoy it. So this time I'm like intentionally no. One day, either it's through their fall break or a Saturday night, Friday night, whatever. We're gonna stay up as long as we can. Well, as long as she and I can, because Pastor he need to go to bed with the geriatrics. And we're gonna stay up. We're gonna look at the stars. We're gonna have the fire going, and bundle up, have the blankets, and yeah, talk, all that stuff. Put the phones
That's sweet.
away, put the tablets away, and just act like we're in the woods, even though we're just in the subdivision backyard.
And that's woody enough for me.
And really, it's the safest woody enough that you can get.
I'm more like, let's just go to a rooftop patio
Oh my gosh.
and look at the stars. We don't need grass and dirt.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, that
Yeah,
sounds fun. I can't
rooftop
wait to hear about that
patio.
one.
Rooftop
Of course.
patio. If you're in a rooftop patio, it's probably got 1,000 lights, a million, thousand millions of billions of trillions of lights. You're not seeing any stars. The stars that you think you're seeing is going to be a plane flying overhead.
I'll take it.
Oh my god.
It's in the sky that works from and it's twinkling.
It's a shooting star. No, it's a jet. It's Elon Musk's private jet that's flying by. That's what you see.
I'll take it.
Oh my gosh. But anyways, number 4.
Okay, number 4. We're moving right along to physical health.
Okay.
So number 4 for me is to meet some hydration goals.
Oh, wow.
So 96 ounces is my typical goal. And lately I have not even, I barely, if I have, I barely make 64 ounces a day
Mm-hmm.
because I just sit and I work and then I forget to go and drink. Or when I
Mm-hmm.
realize I haven't been drinking enough, it's around 2 o'clock and I'm just gulping. So, yeah, hydration goals. I want to do 96 ounces a
Okay.
day.
Cool. That sounds like a good plan.
Yep.
It used to be a gallon for me, but that was when I mean I was active all the time, so I had to drink or I was gonna pass out somewhere. Now I'm just like, can I sip? Can I sip on this? Can I sip on that? But I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. Oh
Well,
my
that's
goodness.
again, that's on the bucket list. I mean, I hadn't done it yet. That's why
No,
it's
but
on
I'm just
there.
it's like, but you're reflecting and you're going, okay, for me, versus like, my list is more like, what can I do with my like what can I do outside of for me? Because I have a lot of stuff I'm doing for me anyway. So I'm trying to think of more inclusive things. But I'm just proud of you because you notice that there's a need for your body and you stop and you're like, okay, I need to reflect, I need to engage, I need to take care of this. And that's what I'm proud of. The fact you're acknowledging a need.
Yes, yes,
So
yes. Thank you.
that's what I meant. Number 4 is something I've wanted to do for years since I have been in this house, and that is to make
Uh-oh.
a fall wreath. 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 How you say it?
A wreath.
A wreath. I said wreath. As in
Oh, now he went to say wreath. Oh, no, wreath. WRETH.
I said it both ways, but I was like, well, which one's the right way? I
I
don't
just want to
know.
make sure that people know we're talking about something that's A-OK. This is a rated G show until it's not anymore.
It's a rated G until we say hello and hi.
And after that, it ceases to be rated G.
It may or may not, depending on where we go with this. You have to figure it out for yourself. But I advise you not to listen to you and have your kids listening to this.
Please, no. A wreath.
But we have a wreath. It sounds wrong. I want to say wreath.
Okay, so you have reef as in a coral reef. That's REEF. That's, please make sure that's a social media post. Reef versus reef. But you can have a reef themed wreath, like a nautical or an ocean themed reef.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I know I said a reef. Okay, I'm done. These homonyms, these homonyms get on my nerves.
I cannot. I'm just like, it just sounds wrong coming out of my mouth. You're not
These
helping.
homonyms, reef.
Okay, the thing that goes on a door, I want to make it a fall theme. So we have one that is our last letter initial. And I've always wanted to like be able to change it so that it still has our initial, but we can put different I'm gonna be the only one doing it. Who is this we that I'm
I was
talking
about to
about
ask, is
here?
this like a family effort? I was like, oh, that's
No.
even better. The whole family's working on this.
Nah, heck no, because as crafty as I am, I'll do this on my own. So I want to be able to buy some, fake flowers and just decorate that letter. And then, change it every season. So, I mean, because I have seasonal reefs. I have seasonal ones.
Door decor.
Door decor. There we go. That's a safe. I swear, because I'm going to say reefer and it's just going to be the end.
Reef.
Oh, God.
Okay, sorry.
But anyways.
You have various door decor.
Yes.
Okay.
And I just wanted to be more of a seasonal. So spring or summer, I have one that my mom has made. And I just leave it up for the entire spring, summer. Well, for winter, it's more of the Christmas theme. And I have one for that. But this particular, just our initial one, I want to not have to change it. I change it off, take it off. I want to be able to change it. Like I take it off, I decorate it with the flowers for the season, and then I put it back up. And that's one of my things. Like, okay, if I can do a fall, like not put it on it, but like make it big enough so it can like hang over it. So it'd be like 2 on a door. And then I could take it off and then I could put the next one on top of it so it still shows our initial in the middle. That's what I want to do. So hopefully I can do that. I mean, a trip to Dollar Tree or $1.25 store should be able to suffice for that. I mean, they have plenty of fake flowers and ribbon and stuff like that. But I want to do that.
Wait to see what this looks like.
Hey, you know me. Give me some spray paint and some cardboard, and I'll give you something.
That's the motto of your life. Give me spray paint and cardboard, I'll give you something.
I'll give you something. I don't know what it's gonna be, but it'll be something.
This is okay. I can't wait to see it. I'm definitely not a door decor kind of gal.
Well, you're not very welcoming door decor.
Yeah, like if you decorate it, people might show up to your house or something. So let's just not.
Like, no, let's not even act like we're inviting you.
No, we're not. You stay outside.
Don't even put a doormat down because we don't even want to.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, I have one, but it definitely doesn't say welcome.
I don't. Does mine say welcome?
It's just blank. It's just
yours is blank.
It's just black, I believe. I think it's black. Hell, I don't know. I don't know.
Mine looks like pebbles, but I don't remember what's on the. I think mine does say welcome.
But I even have a doormat now. You mean I know I used to, but I don't go outside the front door. So,
man came by and snatched it. She don't even know it's gone.
Don't even know. I need to go look. I know I have one when you first come in the door. But people don't wear shoes in my house, so it doesn't really matter. It's like kick them off right when you walk in.
Right.
Life will be okay. But anywho, be that as it may, I'm looking forward to seeing what your door decor looks like for the fall and for the subsequent seasons. I want to see how you change it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up some Pinterest ideas and see if I can get, some kind of motivation as far as how to or what to do without, going over like $10. Because I mean, it doesn't have to be much. Like literally, a wreath doesn't have to be a whole entire wreath. Like it literally can just be a quarter of it. You know what I'm saying? And that'd be suffice as a decoration. So we'll see what I come up with.
I'd just rather pay somebody to just make it.
For me, it's mental health to be able to create something. So
yeah, because you're the creative.
Yeah, I'm more of the creative. Like I can sit there and just piddle with it for hours, and you're just like, you know what? There's someone that makes something similar, and I could just pay.
Yeah, I'll just pay. Yeah, because I got other stuff. Like, let me just look at something else. I'd rather bake a cake. Like I'm creative when it comes. Well, not creative. It's a recipe. So I'm not really that creative. But I would rather bake because when I get done, I can eat it.
It's always food. Which, speaking of food, this will be the perfect time to bring in our ad.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, so speaking of, hold on, wait a minute. Let me look for my goal. Oh no, that won't. I thought it might tie into my goal, but it won't. Okay.
No, so I have to input the ad in here because
who's the sponsor?
Heart Soul Heat.
Okay, what do they produce?
Yeah, this is a company that has hot ghost honey, and it's ghost honey and it's sweet heat is basically what it is. And
ghost honey.
They use ghost peppers.
In the honey. So it's like infused honey. Okay, I was thinking like ghost honey. We're talking about fall, and so I didn't know if they were like scary honey.
No.
Got it.
No. Got it. But if you keep listening, there's a 15-minute clip that'll be put in, and you can hear what he has to say, what the owner has to say. It's not scary. I mean,
it might be delicious. Who knows? I want to taste it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. Ghost honey. Go grab some. I bet it's hot and scary at the same time.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good. I take a break from the podcast to, do this interview. My name is Country, and I want to introduce you to a Heart Soul Heat owner, Raul Benavides, correct?
Correct. Yeah, I mean, here, let me just throw this background at you. I grew up, I'm super inner city Chicago.
Okay.
I live in Minneapolis now, and I am one of those people who have always worked for myself. And I come from a long line
Wow,
of
great.
entrepreneurs. Yeah, I mean, immigrant kid. My parents came to the country in '70. I was born in '72,
Hmm.
and I just spent 25 years in photography and filmmaking.
Hmm.
And yeah, I mean, I used to photograph lots of musicians, and I worked for the
Wow.
Vibe and the Source. I've done so many different things. I used to own a record store. I've had
Oh,
all kinds of different. I've had all kinds of different projects, But
yeah.
I'm one of those like inner city kids that's kind of like their life got saved by hip hop.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, I used to write graffiti, and that's how I got into photography.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I mean, it really changed the course of my life. And so I look at entrepreneurship through the lens of creativity only.
Okay, great.
Like I'm
So it's
interested.
everything is open.
Everything is open, but my biggest thing is that I'm interested in making something that wasn't there yesterday, and I'm interested in
Wow.
giving back, I'm interested in doing cool stuff. Failure is part of my DNA. It's part of my jam.
Uh-huh.
You don't live as a creative and not dance with failure, and it's just part of how I live. And
Wow.
I
Oh
know
my
it's part of the
gosh.
process,
Uh-huh.
so I don't. It's like if you're a boxer and you expect not to get hit in the face,
Right.
yeah, it's part of the jam.
Wow. So you are creative, honestly. I mean, you've created a ghost honey.
Yep.
How tell me how that started.
My grandfather started a candy company in 1940 in Mexico. So
Okay.
kind of, like sweet and sweet and spicy is kind of my jam.
Right.
And this project, Heart Soul Heat, was born out of COVID. And a lot of time at home.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I love cooking.
Uh-huh.
I don't have any sisters, and I'm the oldest son. So
Wow.
I spent a lot of time in the kitchen with my mother. And my
Right.
parents used to have a restaurant in Chicago too. Things that, it's always been a part of my life, but COVID kind of gave me this opportunity, I think, for a lot of people
Yeah, it
to
did.
reevaluate. And COVID, if you were lucky, right? If you were lucky, you were in a wonderful relationship, and this opened it up for you, and it was just a channel for
Right.
giving and loving.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. It was the ultimate cuffing season, as they would say.
Yeah. It sure was.
Yeah. If you were lucky, if you weren't lucky,
Yeah.
you got real lonely. But
Yeah.
yeah. So that's, I mean, part of my love language is giving through food.
Hmm. Well,
So
with
I mean,
your Hispanic background, that's also like part of your culture. Like most of the cultures of the you know, black, brown community is or people of color community is food. Like that's part of who we are.
yeah, it's
Is
part of the heritage, and it's also
right.
part of it's how we take care of each other.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Heart Soul Heat was born out of that, and I I'm one of those people who I love the opportunity to fail.
That's interesting.
Yeah. For me, it's always like all I want is another chance at bat.
Right.
Once my whole like, what's the only thing I run on is freedom. Not
Okay.
freedom like I got money to do all kinds of crazy stuff, but freedom as in like I just want enough space to think of creative projects and find a
Hmm.
way to do them in the most humblest ways. They all
Right.
don't have to be entrepreneurial projects,
Right.
that involve business. They could be little things. They could be like making a cool sign for the little lemonade kids on the corner.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's all about giving and loving. It's real basic.
Hmm.
I don't want, all I want to do is be loved and share my love with people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's genuine right there.
Yeah, but if you're lucky, you get that opportunity. That it's not everyone's that fortunate,
Right.
or has that much clarity.
That's true. It's a lot more selfishness than it is or you can use the word capitalism. It's a lot more, trying to be the top dog than it is just,
Yeah,
giving to your community or just, support even if it's not your community. Like, okay, you're in Minnesota. I'm down south. I'm not, And I'm like, oh my gosh, can we bring this down? Like, can we expand this down south? Because it seems like a legit, interest. Like, I'm not a foodie. Like, I don't try all kinds of different things. I'm pretty basic. But my co-host, she'll try anything, and she's also plant based. So to speak on the ghost honey, it's also vegan.
It's not vegan because honey's not vegan.
Well, not vegan.
Technically, it's
It's
vegetarian. Yeah.
vegetarian. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's three ingredients. It's super. It's very basic. It's raw honey, ghost peppers, and vinegar. So I make a little mash. Meaning, so with the vinegar and the ghost peppers, and then I infuse the honey. I strain out the solids, and it's a really, what I love about it is that it is this very complicated, simple thing that is democratized. You can buy. I think that I have them on Amazon for $12.99 for one
Okay.
bottle.
Yes.
That bottle lasts you months and months and months.
Because you're
But
not
what I
supposed to use a
love-
lot of it. Like,
Yeah,
I saw that. Like, it's literally like a
drizzle.
dab.
Yeah, a little drizzle goes a long way. But it's also, what I love about it is that it ups the game on something that some Jack's pizza, some $2 or $3 pizza.
Hmm.
You put it in there, you hit it with the ghost honey after, and it elevates the game in a very simple way that is like, just, it adds depth, flavor, the sweet heat. It's one of those simple things that it's for everyone. And I get surprised by people send me emails like, oh my God, I use this on sushi. I use this on this. I made a cocktail with it. It is one of those things that whatever your heart desires.
So it's because of just the three ingredients. It's so simple, but it's so like you said, complicated in the sense that you can use it. Anyway, you just said a cocktail, and I'm like, I actually might.
Yeah, so you can make you can make a simple syrup with the ghost honey and a little warm water, kind of dilute it, and then you can use that as a simple syrup for anything, for like even like a spicy like brandy drink or a spicy bourbon drink. It's just it's nice, especially for the fall.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get on that.
Yeah. Well, and for vegetarians, I love some like caramelized carrots with a little ghost honey finish. Or I think about like grilled pork. If you think about pork, pork always kind of goes well with like jellies or some sort of like sweet element. But like the little ghost honey, it really brings it in.
It brings it all in. Okay, I'm there for it.
And simply and affordably, right? It doesn't have to be some Gucci thing. I want it to be for everyone.
Right. So you're saying on Amazon, so we can find it on Amazon.
Yep.
Where else can we find? Well, I was on your webpage and I saw something about Target.
Oh yeah, I was part of this Target Accelerator program. I'm not in Targets at the moment.
Okay.
But so basically since it was last year, no, it was literally this year. 1,800 companies applied, and only 30 got in.
Oh man.
Yeah. So basically Target does this program that teaches small companies on how to get into retail. And it's an 8-week program. It's really extensive. It's intense, and there's all kinds of amazing mentorship and all kinds of different brands. From diverse founders. It's wonderful. It is. It changed my life. It is one of those kinds of programs.
Oh wow! So it's kind of like a master class, but
it's like a master class. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a master class on how to get into retail. And what they taught us applies to all kinds of different stores, not just Target.
Well, yeah, I can understand that. Yeah,
it's an amazing education. It's the kind of thing that you can't buy or even see, because if when you are a small dreamer, there's always blockages. There are always doors. There's things you can't see that are not accessible just to people on the street. You have to kind of go through these programs and figure it out. But it was I recommend it to anyone who's interested in entrepreneurship that has CP. Yeah.
Try to apply to Target. So you're not in Target yet. Is that one of your goals?
Yeah, that's one I would love to. I would love to do a small amount of stores. The whole Target situation is a very expensive, complicated thing. But my demo and my kind of target markets are really like Chicago, Austin, Texas, LA, places that have a lot of spicy, kind of Mexican heritage built
Right.
into the city.
Right.
I mean, I love Atlanta. I love, the whole like to connect with a lot of like people who are into like fried foods or fried chicken. It's part of their
Oh yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes, for me with this project, because it's so wide, I really got to stay in my lane and kind
Yeah.
of like grow into my cities, grow them out
Get
before I
your
move in.
base. Get your
Yep.
base.
Yep.
That's your hit is your base.
Yep.
So I am in a community where there is a lot of Hispanic background. Um, well, and in the South in general, there is a lot of Hispanic or even, just, African American that like the spice, they like the heat and of course flavor. We're not skimping anything on
Oh
seasonings
yeah.
and flavor. So I see that this would be very beneficial down here, especially. So I would hope that our voices could reach and that even though you are trying to stay in your lane, it wouldn't hurt, hey, if you
Oh no,
guys
of
would
course.
try it out, of course. I mean,
Of course,
because
of course, of course. Yeah,
I'm
yeah. No, yeah.
interested. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, to
Yeah,
put this on some wings or
oh, some wings, yeah, for sure.
a
Well, it's one of those, yeah, we're on Amazon. We're on this website called Bespoke Post,
Mhm.
which is kind of cool. And we're at this gourmet market in Chicago called Here Here. And they all those places ship across the country.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So if so we can order on Amazon. That's pretty much your main in your website. You can
Yep.
because I did see you can get it from your website. But Amazon is $12.99.
Yep.
I think there
And
is
it's free.
ship.
Yeah, it's free shipping if
Oh,
you
it
got
is
Prime.
Prime.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say if not, I think I did see it was like $5 for shipping. So if you got
Yep.
well, who doesn't have Prime
Yeah.
at this point? So for $12.99, you can try it. And how does your customer service go as far as I mean, because like your website is amazing. Like it's heartsoulheat.com. And I know you're on Instagram and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You have Ghost Honey Sweet Heat. But how does your customer service go as far as, because I know that's one of the big things because everything gets shipped now and if something gets lost or it gets broken or whatever, because I mean it is in a bottle. So how does your customer service? Like are they quick? Are they quick on,
Oh,
the
it's super quick.
reply?
Well, if it goes through, I mean, most of the shipping goes through Amazon. You can, you can let them know right away. They'll refund you or take care of you. They do all the customer shipping on that part. That's why I like using them.
Yeah.
But it's really it's a small product. I haven't had a lot of drama. There's no
Awesome.
drama. And I think if you I don't know I don't think the other sites have this, but on my website it's like a satisfaction guarantee. You got any issues, we'll just give you your money back. It's kind of I don't have a lot of drama with it.
Right.
It's a great product. It's what I love about it the most is it's super versatile.
Yes.
I got some people that bake with it, of course, fried foods, pizza. I mean, it's kind of one of those things that it's all over. And I love it on vanilla ice cream. It's one of those things that it's just kind of this little pocket, right? For me, it's like this little thing that I'm contributing beauty to someone's day. It's not crazy complicated, and nor should it be. The thing about real foods is that usually you're dealing with something, it's good if you can describe the ingredients. You know what they are, you're good.
Yeah.
Once you start using things that I can't pronounce, I'm not trying to feed my kids all that business,
Right, exactly.
I want to love people like I love my family. It's real simple.
Real simple.
Bring in the flavor and bring in the care. You know what I mean? Like this is my product, and this is my life. So I want to treat the product with respect the same way I want to treat the people who buy it.
Right, exactly. The respect and the care that it deserves and people deserves. I was looking at your recipes. You don't have anything on here food wise, but if you go to the recipes, there's a lot of adult.
It started with the cocktails. Yeah. Cool.
So there's that. Well, guys, I really appreciate you, Earl, for taking time out to tell us about your product. I cannot wait to share it with our listeners. Again, it's heartsoulheat.com. You can find him on Instagram, Facebook, Amazon. Anything else you want to add to, where they can get it, what, I mean, you said so much about what you can do with it.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that we're based out of the Midwest. So we have a lot of stores here, but on our
Mm,
website we have a store locator, and you can find the links to all the other spots, whether it be the Amazon listing or
mm.
Bespoke Post. Yeah, we're in DoorDash in Minneapolis, which is kind of cool because you can
Wow.
get it. You can get it like in 10 minutes. Yeah, if
Wow.
you're jonesing for some ghost honey, you can get it right quick. So that's kind of fun.
That is amazing. That's amazing. Well, it looks like you're doing great and wonderful, and I am so happy to be a part of trying to promote this small business. Check him out again at heartsoulheat.com.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry. Okay, moving right along. So, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that scary ghost honey clip.
Which we
We're
do have some coming, and we get to try some.
ooh, I can't
Yeah,
wait to
so in like a
taste
couple weeks,
it.
not, yeah, in a few weeks. We'll just say in a few weeks we'll get to try it. We can come back and give y'all a review.
Okay, sounds delish.
Sounds
Ghost
fun.
honey. Okay, so last one of our fall bucket list items. My other one is
Mm-hmm.
also a physical goal, and it's just to move more. I want to work out.
Oh,
I used to move quite a bit. I would get my minimum of 10,000 steps probably by noon in my
what?
past.
What?
And now I don't even know. I don't even wear my watch anymore because I don't want to disappoint myself. So I don't know how many steps I'm getting. So maybe that's a two-part goal again.
Wait a
To
minute. Hold
wear
on.
my watch. What happened? What's wrong?
Wait a minute. You said before noon.
Hmm.
Where we
Easily
where we walking?
in the house.
No, you have the same type size house as I do. Where we walking?
I had a kiddo. I was a stay-at-home mom, and we play, dance, and everything.
I ain't do well.
Those
Mm,
that kid's little legs used to move like we would dance literally all day. Um, and then sometimes I would get a workout in, a walking workout in, which is only 30 minutes, so it's only like 2,500 steps. But yeah, just dancing and cleaning and doing different activities, trying to get their body moving because with the toddler, they have lots of energy, as you shared last time. Just getting
yeah.
them moving and yeah.
No, I didn't get 10,000 steps until probably dinner time, and then that was pushing it if I got it then.
I would shock myself. Like there would be days when I would get about 15,000.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
My hips hurt just thinking about that.
But that was in the I mean, well, you're supposed to get 10 anyway in a day.
Why? But why? Who said that? Who said I had to get 10,000 steps in? Who stood up there and said I am king, queen of the world and you should get 10,000? Nobody. Nobody.
Some
Thank you.
cardiovascular experts. Anywho, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to move more, whether that's like
Okay.
a bona fide workout, if that's taking a 30-minute walk around the neighborhood, if that's going to the gym and shooting basketball with my kiddo. Lots of ways to get it in.
Yeah. Okay. I'm proud of you. Well, I'm already moving almost every morning, whether it's a mile after I do drop off or, well, I haven't gotten back on my bike, which is cooler now. So hopefully I can do that this week.
Yeah,
That'll be a
that'd be
nice
nice.
goal to try this
Hmm.
week. But I'm always doing some kind of walk, and I just don't get 10,000 steps. But then again, I also don't wear my watch a lot either. So there's that.
That's it.
So
You're probably getting them and just not documenting.
it's right. Yeah, it's probably not. But then there's a lot of times where I'm very sedentary and I sit and I don't do a lot. So, but anyways, again, snaps and claps, as you would like to say, for you for seeing a need that your body has to have and you go for it. Proud of you.
Thanks. Hopefully, I'll have some good news to share as the weeks
Ah,
go by.
you will, even if it's, one day a week. I feel like you're going to do it.
I hope so. Thanks for the confidence.
It's like one day a week is better than no days a week. So
I totally agree because I'm at 0 right now.
see, and you go just one 30-minute
Yes.
session, or one 20-minute session, or one 10-minute session.
Something's better than
Some
nothing. And you got to start
okay.
somewhere. You got to start
Okay.
somewhere.
Thank you. Every small step is a short win. It's still a win though.
There
So
you go.
all right.
So what's
Number
your last one?
it has to do with getting 10,000 steps, but not by choice. I have been told that our town does a downtown trick or treat. I have never been, I've never done it. And it's after the kids get out of school. So it is almost a challenge because I have an easy neighborhood to trick or treat in. I don't have to do this. I literally can walk an hour and my children can trick or treat and get 2 Walmart bags full of candy. I don't have to go anywhere else. I literally can park in my house and walk for an hour. I don't have to walk the whole neighborhood. So it's a challenge more so than a bucket list, like I really want to let them experience something outside of their small circle and trick or treat down in their downtown city and expose them to their community. Um, that is one thing that as a mother I want to do for them is to let them see diversity even though it's hard to see. And for them seeing people that don't look like them, regardless if it's, brown, white, Asian, it doesn't matter. Just letting them interact with different types of people, it would help them in the long run so they can know how to handle people. Something that I can say as a country chick did not get a lot of interaction with different types of people. So for them, regardless if they are all of one background or not, that is my challenge for me is to step out of my comfort zone, get out of my neighborhood and let them see, okay, this may not be a town that is something I would be proud of as far as like the lack of diversity, but it doesn't change the fact that this is a town that I live in and I can still participate in some of the events that they have so that my children can see what I see or what I have seen, not what I see, but what I have seen before they become an adult and they're like exposed to that stuff as an adult. I'm like, well, mom, you didn't say. I'm like, I don't want to keep my kids sheltered. So there's a downtown trick or treat. And I know last episode we fussed about how we don't like trick or treating and why we got to do it. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to try. That might be one bucket list item I don't mark off, but
well, we won't know until the end of the month.
We won't know. Yeah, because
so you have some time to kind of build up your nerves.
I mean, I'm actually thinking about telling my doctor to boost my pills.
Oh my gosh.
I was thinking about it the other day and I was just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Okay, so you don't want to do it because you don't feel like driving?
Yes. And then I'm outside of my comfort zone, basically. Even though I've been downtown before thousands of times and it's nothing for me to walk downtown. It's just because I'm more comfortable with the people that I know. And even if it's people I know and I don't really like them, at least I know them, or I know of them versus.
Okay, that makes sense.
And granted, and it has nothing to do with who I know or what I know. It has to do with just your community, because think about most cities that are downtown, a city that's down, it's pretty much abandoned. It's a ghost town, because downtown is not where people are really shopping, unless it's a major city. They're normally run down. They're not really up and coming. People are not driving 20 minutes to go to this one particular store. So if they are driving 20 minutes, it's because they're over the age of 85 and they don't know the difference between the gas and the brake.
Oh my Lord. Okay, so are you saying, let me make sure I understand. Are you saying this where the trick-or-treating event It's nearby, as
Yeah, it's close. It's
in your city or
yes, and
in a
it's in my
neighboring city.
no, it's in my city.
Okay.
It's in my city. Yeah. No, I don't
Well,
have.
yeah, I really do hope that you get to step out your comfort zone, because technically, trick or treating in my own neighborhood is out of my comfort zone. Because
Trick or
I don't even
treating.
like
Period.
every trick or treating. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm walking into people's houses and asking them for candy.
What I like about our neighborhood is that you don't walk to their house. They literally sit in their driveway, so you don't have to like really get off the
Same
street.
thing, same thing. I'm just walking around begging, and I'm not a beggar, so like, can I have some candy? That's really what you're saying. You're walking from house to house. Can I have some candy? Like, just go to the store and buy it. And the sad part is, I'm not letting my kid eat any of it. So we are literally taking an hour out of our lives to walk around. First, we're gonna dress up in costume
Okay.
to walk around and beg for candy that we are literally gonna go put in the trash as soon as we walk home. Like, when we walk in our house, I walk right past the trash can. I dump it and keep it moving.
Wow. Interesting.
So why go through, as my grandmother would say, the rigmarole of no.
Oh gosh.
But I know it's fun for my child, so there you go. That's why we do it. We do it for the kids.
Well, I'm still that parent that goes through the candy and checks it and makes sure that they cannot stuff anything in there. And of course, any exposed candy gets thrown, directly in the trash. Anything doesn't have a wrapper on it, or is not sealed, or it looks like it's been punctured, goes thrown straight in the trash. So I guess that's another thing, is the fact that I'm wasting even more time because now I'm going through this candy that I'm not
Yes,
going
I don't
to
have
eat.
time for that. Yeah, definitely not. When I can just buy some
Yeah, just it's
and
the
I
10
already have it
times
at home.
safer. Yeah, I get it. I understand. But at the same time, it's like for the kids, it's this whole like they've hit the jackpot, they've dug up the treasure or whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to think of it as when I was a kid and I got candy. I'm just like, what was a joy in I think it's just getting candy, thinking you're getting free candy, I guess. I don't know.
And maybe that's where this is lost on me. I didn't trick or treat as a kid. My family didn't celebrate Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I never ate candy for real as a kid. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
like candy.
Hmm.
I think it's a waste of calories. Like,
It is.
and it doesn't even
Technically.
taste like any, like, it tastes artificial. I would just rather eat
Yeah.
the thing like apple flavored candy or
Apples.
caramel flavored candy. Just make some caramel and get an apple and dip it in it. Like, let's just go on for the real stuff. So
Yeah. I can
yeah, the
understand that.
holiday, the celebration, and the vittles are all lost on me. But again, just because I don't like something doesn't mean I can't celebrate it and be happy for somebody else. So
That is true. Not to say that I celebrated every year. No, I think my parents stopped when I think I was 5 or 6 or something of that nature. Whenever we moved because we were in a city, we had moved to a city and then we came back to the country. We had started in the country, moved to a city for my dad's job, and then came back to the country. And of course, we came back to the country when houses are half a mile down the road. You don't do trick or treating because if you go out there at night, you probably gonna find the devil himself. Or you're gonna think you found the devil himself and it'll really be some animal. But anyways, but also of course, after becoming a pastor's kid, or I don't know, whenever salvation hit the house, it was that's the devil's holiday, you don't celebrate it. And I'm like, oh, okay, so that was it. After that, you didn't celebrate the devil's holiday, and if you did, you had to change it to something else so that you could use it to witness to other people. So, but anyways, that's it. That was five op things that we have. Stay tuned to see if we do them before Christmas, at least.
yeah,
Before
we're gonna have to
December
make
20th or 21st, whenever winter solstice begins. We have all that time. Or whenever whatever day the temperature in the morning's like 30 degrees.
That's when you know it's winter.
That's when it's winter. We have until then. So see if we get our bucket list done. This is my first time ever doing a fall bucket list or attempting to do a fall bucket list. So
I'm excited. We'll see what happens.
see what happens. Moral of today's story.
The moral of the story is
Don't go trick-or-treating.
and don't put wreaths on your door because that makes the trick-or-treaters come. It makes them feel welcome.
Don't turn on your lights.
But don't, yeah, I've done that and they still come.
Don't turn on your lights. What did I say earlier before we even started? I don't know. Oh, shopping and window shop.
No, please don't. That's a waste of your time.
Window shop. But
And a
anyways,
waste of a virtual cart. Yeah, we're around here taking virtual carts and people actually need to use them. You're just hogging up virtual carts. Oh gosh.
the
That's the moral
metaverse,
of today's.
metaverse, and everybody's got a cart, and it's just
Just using it and then just walked away and left it in the middle of the parking lot.
dumped it out in the middle of the parking lot and just walked away. Didn't put
That's
it in the
horrible.
cart thing.
Nope. You are that person in the metaverse.
I am. I dump it out in the middle of the street and I walk
Oh
away.
gosh.
And then I push it next to somebody's car so they can't get in, and then I go back to my car.
And this is all taking place in the metaverse.
An imaginary world.
And they can't park their imaginary car and spend imaginary money. Okay. I'll talk
Anyways,
to you later.
yes. Talk to you later, girl.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, did you enjoy that podcast? So did we. Check us out for our most recent updates on IG at City Country Chicks Podcast.